You may not be lacking good bacteria the way you think. It's the environment inside your colon that is silently killing them every single day. And this truth may change the way you care for your body for the rest of your life. I am Ethan Marshall, a 60-year-old doctor from the United States who has spent more than 3 decades studying colon health and the body's self-healing mechanisms. And today, I want to begin with a truth that may startle you. Over 25 years of practice, more than half of the patients, over 50 I've worked with, carried the same fear. Yet they didn't truly understand what they were afraid of. They weren't afraid of disease, nor of pain. They were afraid of losing good bacteria when cleansing their colon. It may sound small, but that fear has caused many people to avoid one of the most natural and effective healing methods I've ever witnessed. If you appreciate insights that are both scientific and approachable, please subscribe, like, and share so I can continue creating high-quality content for the community. I remember the first time someone asked me that question. I could see the confusion in their eyes, and the question kept repeating itself, from clinic to seminar, from New York to California. Doctor, will a colon cleanse wash away all my good bacteria? It came up so often that I had to ask myself, why do we fear something we don't truly understand? This fear is not baseless. When people think of probiotics, they imagine delicate organisms easily swept away by a stream of water. But the reality is quite different. The more accurate question should be, does your colon still have the proper environment for good bacteria to live in? For many people past middle age, bloating, indigestion, and post-meal fatigue are considered normal. But they are not symptoms of aging. They are signs that the colon is no longer an ideal home for good bacteria. When I counsel patients, the first thing I want them to understand is the core issue. Good bacteria don't need your protection. They need the right environment. And that environment must be clean, open, and gentle, not clogged with old waste, coated in mucus, or layered with debris that has accumulated for decades. The question, will a colon cleanse wash away my good bacteria, is fundamentally misdirected. Because before worrying about preserving them, we must ask whether they even have a place to inhabit inside us. I have spoken with hundreds of patients along their journeys. Some genuinely believed their good bacteria would be washed away after a single cleanse, even though their colon had lacked space for good bacteria for many years. That misunderstanding caused them to miss the opportunity to improve their health holistically. Therefore, this conversation must begin with one point: understanding the right question. It's not about whether colon cleansing is harmful, but rather about the condition of your colon and why the fear exists in the first place. Before I continue, I'd like to ask you a question to reflect on. What do you believe is the real cause of good bacteria loss in adults? A. Colon cleansing. B. A dirty, acidic colon filled with accumulated waste. Leave your answer in the comments below. When discussing the living conditions of good bacteria and the state of the colon in adults, especially middle-aged and elderly individuals, we must acknowledge a basic physiological truth that is often overlooked. Good bacteria do not survive independently. They thrive only in a suitable environment. That environment must be clean, open, slightly alkaline, and free from layers of long-term buildup. This is why many people, despite continuously taking probiotics, see no improvement in digestion or gut health. As the colon structure changes over time, combined with a low-fiber diet, refined carbohydrates, overcooked food, and limited physical activity, the colon gradually becomes a place where waste accumulates and decomposes, creating a foul, acidic environment. Under such conditions, good bacteria can barely attach to the mucosal lining to grow. Their rightful space is replaced by thick mucus and stubborn debris that may remain for years without being removed. This leads to a paradox. Apart from a few resilient strains deeply embedded in the mucosa, most natural and supplemental probiotics cannot survive in a dirty colon. They have nowhere to adhere, lack oxygen for metabolism, and are overwhelmed by harmful bacteria thriving in an anaerobic environment. Functionally, long-term waste accumulation causes constant fermentation and putrefaction. Byproducts such as toxic gases and endogenous toxins not only trigger bloating and indigestion, but also impair mucosal defense. When the mucosa is damaged or covered by old mucus, good bacteria cannot perform their roles. This imbalance leads to what many experts call autointoxication. Toxins that are not eliminated in time seep into the bloodstream and affect the entire body. This is not a temporary phenomenon, but a slow process occurring over years, sometimes decades, until symptoms such as chronic fatigue, poor digestion, dull skin, sleep disturbances, or persistent lower abdominal discomfort appear. Many people mistake these symptoms for normal aging when they are actually signs that the gut environment can no longer support beneficial microbes. To understand the core issue, we must see the colon as a closed ecosystem, where each microorganism survives only if the environment suits it. Good bacteria need oxygen, a smooth mucosal surface, and stable pH. Harmful bacteria thrive in acidic, anaerobic environments rich in decomposing matter. When the colon shifts from clean to putrefactive, the microbial balance tilts completely toward harmful bacteria. This explains why many people lose beneficial bacteria over time without any external disruption. It is not that the body cannot produce them, but that the internal environment no longer allows them to exist. Therefore, before discussing probiotic supplementation or protection, the most crucial step is assessing the current state of the colon to understand whether it is still a place where these beneficial organisms can survive. When examining the true role of colon cleansing in gut health, the most important point is understanding how this method affects the structure and microbiota of the colon. Colon cleansing is not the act of washing everything away as many imagine. Rather, it targets suspended waste and residues no longer firmly attached to the mucosal surface. Healthy beneficial bacteria tend to anchor deeply and securely to the mucosal lining, nourished by the stable environment along the colon wall. Therefore, the flow of water during cleansing cannot dislodge them. What is removed are mainly harmful bacteria floating within old waste, thriving in anaerobic conditions and producing toxic byproducts. This is why, after cleansing, many people notice a reduction in stool odor, gas, and abdominal heaviness. These symptoms largely arise from the overgrowth of bacteria that break down proteins and putrefying matter. When long-standing debris and mucus are removed, the mucosal lining regains its natural biological surface, allowing nutrient absorption, metabolic exchange, and gut nerve signaling to function properly. This clarity enables the reestablishment of microbial balance. Several physiological functions previously impeded by accumulated waste are also restored. The appendix, considered a protective gland, secretes fluid that prevents pathogens and harmful bacteria from entering the small intestine, and it functions more effectively without pressure from a putrefied environment. Additionally, improved colon motility reduces stagnation in the sigmoid and rectal regions, areas prone to buildup in older adults. These changes are not merely mechanical. They represent deep biological shifts as the restored mucosa becomes the foundation for rebuilding the microbial community. Cleansing also significantly reduces the production of endogenous toxic gases, which strongly influence overall well-being. When acidic and anaerobic conditions are replaced with a more open internal environment, metabolic activity stabilizes. This explains why those who practice colon cleansing often report better sleep, reduced fatigue, and increased mental clarity. Spiritually, some ancient traditions likened colon cleansing to inner purification, symbolizing a renewal of energy. While metaphorical, this resonates with biological reality. Reduced toxicity allows the body to regulate itself, and a clean colon becomes the foundation for innate healing mechanisms. Thus, The core role of colon cleansing is not to remove anything valuable, but to clear away what obstructs the body's natural capacity to restore itself. When the colon is properly cleansed, the internal microbiome begins a rebalancing process that rarely occurs when the colon is still burdened with old waste and debris. This transformation is not abrupt, but follows an orderly biological progression, starting with the mucosal lining reclaiming its natural surface. When thick mucus and long-standing residue no longer cover it, the receptors and microglands on the colon wall can function correctly, regulating pH, secreting fluids, and creating the slightly alkaline environment essential for beneficial bacteria to thrive. This explains why many clinical observations show a significant increase in beneficial bacteria shortly after a period of cleansing and dietary adjustment, even without probiotic supplements. As the environment improves, native beneficial bacteria can recover rapidly and reclaim areas previously overtaken by harmful microbes. Another crucial element in this restoration process is the diet following cleansing. When the colon is no longer obstructed by accumulated waste, naturally fermented foods, such as raw sauerkraut, plant-based kimchi, or fermented vegetable brine, can exert their effects more efficiently. Instead of competing with an acidic environment and decomposing bacteria, probiotics from fermented foods are welcomed into more ideal conditions, giving them a chance to settle and multiply. This starkly contrasts with supplementing probiotics into a dirty colon, where most are eliminated due to the lack of suitable surfaces for adhesion. After cleansing, they can integrate into the microbial ecosystem, contributing to balanced microbial density and improved digestion. Simultaneously, the shift in internal conditions promotes natural alkalization. When the colon is clean and free from putrefactive fermentation, the gut pH stabilizes. A mildly alkaline environment not only supports beneficial bacteria, but also inhibits harmful bacteria that prefer acidic, decomposition-rich conditions. This state provides the foundation for the body's self-repair mechanisms, allowing immune modulation, reduced inflammation, and more efficient metabolic function. From a physiological perspective, microbiome restoration after cleansing is not merely an increase in probiotic numbers, but a full restructuring of the gut ecosystem. With physical barriers removed, interactions between microbes, mucosa, and the enteric nervous system become smoother. Positive microbial signals are transmitted to the brain through the gut-brain axis, supporting improved sleep, energy levels, and mental clarity. This multidimensional interaction shows that cleansing goes beyond mechanical removal. It creates the conditions necessary for the body to reestablish microbial balance, something a congested colon cannot achieve. Considering all physiological evidence, natural mechanisms, and microbial changes following colon cleansing, a clear conclusion emerges. Colon cleansing does not cause the loss of good bacteria. Rather, it removes what has been preventing them from surviving. Beneficial bacteria are part of the resilient biological structure of the mucosal lining. They anchor deeply, thrive in clean, mildly alkaline environments, and cannot be washed away by simple water flow. What is removed are harmful bacteria, decomposed waste, toxic gases, and long-standing mucus, elements that weaken the natural habitat of beneficial microbes. Therefore, cleansing should not be viewed as invasive, but as the first step toward restoring harmony within the gut ecosystem, because healthy microbes cannot survive in an environment already polluted from within. The next essential understanding is that the colon environment determines the fate of good bacteria, not the cleansing process itself. When the colon becomes acidic, overloaded with decomposing waste, and dominated by putrefactive microbes, beneficial bacteria diminish not because they are washed away, but because they lack the conditions to live. This process unfolds slowly over many years, making it difficult for individuals to distinguish between symptoms of microbial imbalance and the effects of aging. Such an environment cannot support beneficial bacteria, even with probiotics or fermented foods. In contrast, when the colon is cleaned, the mucosal lining can once again receive them, pH stabilizes, and beneficial bacteria can re-establish balance. This is why cleansing is considered indispensable in long-term digestive health. From a broader perspective, cleansing the colon does not take away any of the body's resources, but returns the opportunity for its natural systems to function properly. When harmful bacteria are reduced, when debris no longer smothers the mucosa, and when toxins stop accumulating, the body's self-regulation, its core strength, can resume. Beneficial bacteria in such conditions do not need passive protection, but will naturally recover through environmental balance. This explains why colon cleansing often brings a sense of lightness, both physically and mentally, because improvements in the internal environment benefit the entire digestive and immune system. The essential message is that microbiome restoration does not come from avoiding cleansing, but from understanding how the body works. Colon cleansing does not remove what is good. It removes what blocks the return of what is good. All efforts to improve gut health begin with the environment. Only when the internal terrain is clean and open can beneficial bacteria settle, multiply, and protect the body. Instead of wondering whether colon cleansing removes good bacteria, the real question should be, what truly allows good bacteria to thrive? And the answer lies in this core truth. No one can wash away the good residents when what is being removed are the invaders destroying their home. The cleanliness of the colon not only determines microbiome quality, but also reflects the overall harmony of the body. A colon filled with waste, acidified, and coated with buildup cannot nourish good bacteria, no matter how much we supplement them. In contrast, when the internal environment is properly cleansed, the mucosa recovers, pH stabilizes, and beneficial bacteria can reclaim their natural home. Colon cleansing is therefore not a process of taking away something valuable, but one of removing what obstructs healthy life. When the environment is restored, the body's self-healing mechanisms can operate fully. The deeper insight is that every effort to improve health begins with cleaning the foundation. Once the inner home is cleared, good things naturally return. In practice, you can begin by shifting toward whole, natural foods, increasing hydration, adding fresh vegetables, and gradually integrating cleansing methods appropriate for your body. So, what do you believe prevents good bacteria from thriving? An unclean colon environment or a lack of probiotic supplementation? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you would like to receive an in-depth ebook on healing and health, please fill out the form in the description. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the video to help spread valuable knowledge.